Hey everyone, and welcome back to Transport Fever, the Great Western Railway. We're looking at our train maintenance car thingy in the yard of Montgarth. We can zoom out a bit. This guy is very representative of what we're about to do today. We're about to finish the last major line of the map, and we may even take this guy along for the ride. We'll get him to come close to where we are. So let's review the map, and we can talk about the last push. The map, if we turn a little bit of overlay on, we've been really joining these big towns, the ones with all the goods, and what is missing is this run out to the right here, Swinton, and we can see last time we started a track out this way, and we got over to Bethworth. So let's actually we'll turn that off for a sec. And let's see if I can do some little magic with the overlay. And then if I choose just this overlay mode and then just choose trains, we should just get our train line. So we started over here, episode 2, I want to say, over here in Dotton. Actually, I might put the name of the towns on. And we branched out to the right, and along the way we went to Tahitian, and then I finally went down to Pickerton, and then we went out this way, and we actually came from the Consult direction, came in, and then we got our beautiful connection here in Maybury, which has become quite the hub and quite busy. It's been re-envisioned a fair few times with all its tracks and points and signals and everything else. And then we pushed off down the line through Nattery, made another little hub over here in Ivory, which is just for passenger hub, and eventually got to Trestoon. And then we forged out this way through Tannery, and then got to Montgarth, which is where we just started the episode. And so let's push out this way. We haven't got a train line this way yet, so nothing really to see. But for the fun of it, let's get this guy, the maintenance train, going that way as well. So he actually starts here, goes to Tannery. Let's manage that guy and say, hey, on the way back, rather than go back to the maintenance and then going to this end of the line, which needs to be done still, let's take them down the way we're going, and which is down here, and we'll send them down to here somewhere, and then they can come back to Montgarth. So I don't think they've got a way of getting to the maintenance yard, and I don't really want to be fooling around with that. Or maybe I can. They should be able to come into the right here. This is pass through. We'll go back to Tannery, and then they can go back to here and then through, and then they can go down to that line. So we'll have a little visitor along the way. So that should be kind of cool. All right, so this line is dual line. Predominantly, it's going to have both, well, more than predominantly, it's going to have cargo and passengers on it. You can see I did a little bit of detailing between episodes, fix the bridges up, put some fences in. This station, along the way, we are stopping to the left for cargo and stopping to the right for passengers. And I kind of want to repeat this on the next one. I think I've slightly over-engineered the next one. The next one is purely a passenger train line, a pickup, and I don't think it needs 2 platforms. So as much as it's kind of nice to have the view of the lake, I just don't think we need that much of a station. Basically, we can just come in to the right, use the passenger platform for both directions. So basically what's going to happen is somewhere around here, we're going to come across, and then that will get this in over to there, then they can scoot out. Let's do some demolishing of this guy, and we'll simplify it down, get rid of that bridge, make sure we get rid of the staircase both ends, and we actually will get rid of the track as well, and that's about it. There's been a fair while between when I actually taped the last episode and this one. It's been 3-4 weeks, and so a lot of the series has aired since then. So I'm about 10, 20 episodes ahead of you guys, just because getting 7 out per week is bonkers. So I had to do that. What I did do, someone's pointed out that when you do the end caps, and we actually can do that right here because it is missing, you can use a snapping tool. So I've just been sitting here and trying to rotate it and get it right, and there's this snapping feature down here. So all you have to do is snap on the rail and it will do it. So if I choose, is it 5 offset this way? So we want the rails on the outside, so I'm going to be snapping it, I think +5. There we go. And simple as that, it gets the height, it gets the rotation, everything perfect for us. So thank you for that tip. I did not know that. I think I did that one. Yeah, I went around the whole map and fixed all those. Even though some of them were perfectly placed, I changed them all to the snap. The other thing that was pointed out to do with gates, I'm trying to find a crossing to show you one. I don't actually have that many crossings. There's got to be a crossing somewhere. Crossing. Yeah. Wherever there's a crossing, I added a little building shack for the person who works at the crossing. So every single crossing now has that, and a little bit of fence work, so you can see like there, and then like even down here, even though it's close to the station, over there, there is a shack here, and as I said, there's some fence work everywhere. So yeah, that's the two major things that happen between episodes. I'm lost. Where are we? Over here. Who doesn't like passenger stop cannot be used? Oh, that's because I chose. It's not a cargo stop. How am I going to fix that short term? So Bestworth, what I might do very, very quickly, even though we don't need it, is I will put on a cargo platform on the end temporarily, and then we should be able to make that happy by doing that. There we go. So we'll now have a visitor. So that's cool. All right, let's do the main point of the episode. We're already 7 minutes in. Let's get across to Swinton. There's not that many towns along the way, so I don't think there's much need to go to the left. I also have a feeling, yeah, from a left point of view, the hill is a bit of a problem. Not that that's shallow, but it is shallower than that. So we'll be swinging to the right. I'm just going to delete this road in the assumption that we'll be going through here. And then this hill might be a problem. We might have to do a bit of a cut. Some of this stuff makes me a little bit worried. The goal, I think, is to get over to here as soon as possible and follow this landmark. Yeah, and then come round, probably put the station in here for these guys. It can be a little bit out of town, I think. And then follow the curve. And then I suppose the obvious thing is something over here. Looks like we lost an industry. See all that undulation change? I think there used to be something there. So yeah, through there, we can probably delete that as a reminder of that in the future. And yeah, it might be a little cut and fill there. And then maybe scoot this one in there nice and square with the road. Use this as a thing. Actually, we probably can start that right now. Let's start the end. This is going to be end platform. We can probably just do 120, no footbridge, Great Western Railway. And do we want to put the platform on the side? I think I do. Do I want to do that way? I do like having the building on the side. I think it just looks nicer. What we could do is set ourselves up for success by putting down a place for people to do some local traffic stuff, and then we'll base it on that. Actually, let's simply maybe use one of these road ones. So which one's the one that's 2 lanes wide? And so that's the single lane road one. Actually, I like this one actually. So let's use this one. Do we want the large road? Yeah, I think that might look good. So let's get rid of that, and that. Yeah, we can probably keep those for now. And then just rotate like that. And I think we want to put, yeah, I think we'll put it like that. And then what I'll do is you can change the direction of that hook. Do I want it on? Yeah, I think that's fine. I was gonna say, do I want it this thing on the right hand side so people don't have to walk as far? But I think that's fine. And buildings, and simple as that. Where is the tendrils? So we'll use the developer tools. Okay, so route about here is the obvious one across there. Actually, underneath is there. So down and under is over there. So we need to be over here, just so the people don't have to walk too far. And I think that will be it. Now, obviously, that will need to get modified. Do I want to turn it a bit more? Yeah, I think I'm going to do all that again, and I'm going to make it so it's a bit more conducive. So let's put that road down again quickly. Yeah, something a bit more like, you know what? Something a bit more like that is, I think, a bit more attractive. And then put that station in, and voila. Bit of a nice road. And I'm going to turn this like this. We'll go like this. Nice. All right. So I don't know how much infrastructure I'm going to put on this end. I don't know if I want to put yards and stuff like that. It would be nice to have a little diorama that goes over here down to the port that does nothing from a graphics point of view. That might be fun. All right. So let's start getting some track down, and we'll just work out where we are from a level point of view. The reason I was doing that was to find out, do we need to go up or down any? So if we force it over here, okay, so that point there is level with over there. So I think what we'll be doing is putting the station over there at the same level. Actually, was it down one? Oh no, it needs to go up. It needs to go up one notch. So we've been doing terrain leveling. I'm moving my hands here. We've been doing ascending and descending just with one notch as our maximum. So I don't know what that is as a degree, but that's what we've been doing. And I'm going to cut that out, and then we'll put in a nice bridge over there. Let's continue this around this way. This will be flat now. And ooh, we are down a bit. Okay, that should be fine. And we need what we need here. We need a building, and it'll be very similar to the one we just had down the line. Where, oh, are we really that far down? Yeah, I think we're gonna have to climb a bit more. So where was my climbing point? If I go back to here, I know that I was still climbing at that point. So let's climb. So 1, 2, level and up one, and then is there a dome there? Is it because I'm to? Yeah, it's because I'm to the left. If I come this way a bit more, even that's this area is steep. Okay, so I don't like that. It is what it is, I guess. Yeah, I might. Well, it's not going to be a tunnel, but I think I might come back here with the pretty big, egregious wand and flatten it out. And let's make that flat. We're going to have merge lanes and stuff. Yeah, I think I'm just going to terrain tool this whole area. Put the station on there. I think I'm okay with the angle. Actually, I didn't mean to have that on the end. Actually, it's easy just to bulldoze the whole thing. Benefit of infinite money, huh? You can just make mistakes and everything's fine. And I'm actually going to start, 120. I was going to bring it down to 80, but I think that should be fine. And then I'm probably shouldn't have snapped it onto there because that's not going to be the eventual track, but that's fine. Actually, we'll just fix that by configuring the station, I think. And then tracks. I do have a new mod. I've been avoiding that mod the whole series because I just didn't want to clutter up the screen. But now that we are so close to episode 50, the plan is to really amp up the detailing side of this. And that's what that's about. So that's why that's finally has been installed. There's definitely some ones which it just makes it really, really busy, like particularly the track one. Like I don't want a bazillion track speeds and stuff, for example. What do we need here? We need passenger buildings. We need this one. And I'm going to move this all the way to, yeah, this end of the station. Just give them a roof so they don't get wet. And let's continue on. So a lot of this area I will bring down to grade. Am I liking what I'm doing here? There is a Mad Hatter staircase that's designed to put this stuff in a hole and then you come up out of a cutting. That is very tempting to use here. So we would yeah, we would square this out and then pull this. Yeah, I don't think it's going to let me pull it because of the V of this. How do we do that? Yeah, so you would like be down in a ravine, in a cutting, and then the stairs come up, and then we put like a bridge, like here, and then you would walk up to the bridge. Yeah. So do I want to do that, or am I just going to do an egregious terraforming job? That is a long way to drop, but we are also a fair way out of town. Right, so let's see if we've worked out our height or whether I'm going to regret this. So I don't know if I'm tall enough. Am I going to be under the ground the entire time? Yeah, I think I let the height of that far land. Yeah, see, I'm still barely... I don't know. Maybe we should have gone up and down more. So, I didn't start in a low spot. Now, this is a pretty fair height in town. And we did climb one notch. Should I have, wandered more? I mean, I couldn't really go to the left. Maybe I should go around the other side of town. But it just gets higher and higher and higher to the right. No, I think this is the right thing to do. We just need to, cut our losses and just do some cutting, I think. So let's go up one notch. Yeah, let's do this. And we're gonna meander along here, and I'm about to just do some massive terraforming. So go on, bulldozer, because this is a wheat field. In fact, some of these lines I think are very disposable. I should say roads. Yeah, so we can go across there, for example. Yeah, so look at that goes up. Yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity here to reshave it. Yeah, let's just cut our losses and start the exercise. Because before we know it, like if we fade that out there, you won't even notice it. Yeah, so let's. How far do I have to go before it's level? Now I know some of you going, didn't you say at the start of the series you weren't going to terraform the land? Yeah, well, I lied. I think it's important for this to look good. Try to get this track done. Alright. So... I have no idea how much money that costs. It's got to be a lot, right? You know what? Even kind of having a mountainous thing. Maybe I want to emphasize the land here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of these roads will basically turn into what do you call it? Stone walls. So I don't think it matters too much. So I think we can soften some of those edges. Now, when it comes to these fields, I'm just going to give them a massive smooth it. Yeah, we're going to have to get rid of a lot of these roads so that the terrain is happy to realign. I think this one's okay as a new norm. Yeah, but we can do this. Come on. I think if we drag it sideways, we get a bit more of an effect. There we go. And I think we'll push out this side more. How's that look? Never knew that there was a problem there. This is a good area for smoothing more than cutting, I think. So right here, I think there is a very natural problem. So let's pull this out. And so the track is causing some problems. And then we'll put a road in there. And yeah, straight one should do. Yeah, we are at height. Stay level, please. Are you super high? Okay, that's a bit more than I wanted. Let's try again. There we go. And done. And then you now have a friend. Yeah, because the road's there, it caused that triangle. So let's push that back a bit. So we need our highways to turn up this type of stuff. This stuff doesn't turn up, I don't think, until a fair bit later. So I don't know whether we'll actually get it. One of my plans, very, very soon actually, is to modify the game save, or save game, and change the dates of the errors. There's a Lua file. Lua is a scripting language. It's a .lua file. There's one of those inside, I think it's in the game folder rather than the save game itself. And what you can, in there is the variables, like when does error A start and end, stuff like that. And I'm wondering if I just modify those in the script, will that actually stick? So really what I want is this style of building to, which is all error A, to stay, but I want time to move on a little bit more so we get a couple more engines available to us. So yeah, that's the goal. Let's get some of these other tracks in so we know that we're not going to have a problem later. And this needs a whole lot more work because it will have a cargo station. Actually, I might make this cargo station somewhere else. We may have passenger drop off here, and risky. This can go through. Actually, maybe we can turn this way and put cargo over here instead. That'd be kind of cool. That won't be today though. Today's goal is to get over this land problem. All right. So where are we now? So we're staying level. Okay, we can play to that, and then that should work. Lots of painting to do here, of course. And I think that's okay. Yeah. How with this transforming, this terraforming? Yeah, that's okay. We can play with that. We can do magic. And let's keep on going. All right. Oh, have we really gone in the air again? Oh, there's a. Okay, we caused a thing there. Let's go down a notch. Okay, well, that's interesting. We could have a little mini situation here. Okay. am seeing your game. We can do this. We can say that, hey, we are running a little bit of a thing here for some obscure reason. Yeah, it looks, I don't think it makes sense like from an actual logistics point of view, but I think it's cool from a visual point of view. So if that was level, no, that's boring. Let's go downhill and we'll just put a little bridge there. You know what? That's not too bad. We're gonna have to deal with the pyramid of the thing, but that's all right. There's a couple of YouTubers I watch, and rather than saying and and stuff like that, they have a couple of phrases, and one of them's, I'm not going to say who it is, but I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. All I say is, I'm not going to lie. And I nearly said it myself just then. It's amazing how you can be influenced by others. I know that I watch a lot of Count of Failure. There's my arms. If you love Transport Fever, Count of Failure is fantastic. Definitely check it out. His Patreon series or his membership is quite cool. You get extra episodes of him playing Transport Fever. The only thing I will say is he did just accept a job and won't be making Transport Fever videos anymore on his main channel. So the extra channels that you've been, or the extra episodes you've been getting no longer apply. But his content's really good. So if you like Transport Fever, 100%. If you haven't ever seen Count of Failure, check him out. But what he says is the word wonky. My track is wonky, or my roads are wonky. That's another word that I've picked up off of him. All right, we are going to the right, correct? Something around there, then a very abrupt through here somewhere. So let's assume that road's more like a diagonal through there. Let's keep away from that road. Yeah, and we'll keep flat. And then, oh, interesting. Okay, so that dips. The solution here, maybe a tunnel. So what's that level give me if I go? Ooh, interesting. So comparative to there, oh, that is insanely close. Is it literally the same height? What? It's within a quarter of a rail. What the? All right, that's. Oh, here's our guy. We'll do that in full screen. Yeah, we set this guy up tons of episodes ago, and the idea being they're delivering rail for the end of the line, and then the sleepers would be in here. And for the fun of it, put some gunpowder on here because they're blasting through rocks or something. But yeah, it loses money. I'm not sure if we have it round the right way, because maybe the train should be on the back and it should be pushing the whole thing forward. So that way those state cars would be at the front and would be where the rail is. But yeah, it's kind of. Thanks for visiting. That was cool. I don't hate that. So that track under there, that bridge is a little longer than I like, but we can do a bit more carving. We can definitely pull it back a little bit. Am I okay with this last corner? What I might do is pull it in. Yeah, we'll give ourselves a bit more space. And then, as long as these curves are kind of sweeping, is this the left or the right? So this is, where am I pulling? Two tracks. We are on, I saw it, where is it? We are on the right. So, yes? Did I just commit to that? That's actually turned out pretty interesting. Yeah, so let's just do this. That tunnel's longer than I'm willing to accept. I think what we can do is we... I'm in special mode. If I delete about that much, can we go even further? No, that's a bit more than I'm willing to do. And then we say, carve it out, please. That's kind of cool. It's kind of got a height that you go, yeah, I can see why they did that. This farmer got to keep his land. And this end, oh, it's very shallow. I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with the a tree growing out of a rock. So let's pull them off of there. Might build that up a little bit because it's a little bit ridiculous. So we'll just pull that up. I think I can leave the road where it is. I just wanted to give that a bit more weight than it has. Yeah. Have we done it? Have we actually got a line? I think I'm okay with that. Don't have any major problems. I mean, we need to go along and do the standard squarified trick to make sure that everything's kind of the way we expect. So where's the natural spot? It's going to be out there somewhere. And we'll go a bit further, I think. So where did this road come from? Okay, that road is... Oh, we could have a railway crossing. Yeah, that's plausible. Yeah, so I think... Well, actually, there is a hill here. I love using these hills to get a crossing across. So, well, actually... Well, normally you'd go over top of here, which we are. So, but let's do another one. You know what? I think we can actually do a railway crossing. So, grab the far edge. I'm going to make sure it's dead flat. That way I know it's not going to cause me troubles. Dead flat. And let's curve this into town. And yeah, that'll do for now. And then I'm going to come off of here, and then we'll make this one a normal street. And how much of this is extra? That was mine. Okay. So if we curve this. Well, that road is terrible. Oh, that's right. I did the whole thing on an angle because... Bye-bye. I know last time I said I don't want to destroy it, but I want a beautiful road across here. I want a nice road. And we will come down here, come across here. I'm deliberately using straight edges there. And I think if I extend this road, I can cut into it better. Yeah, like that. And if I do that, yeah, it should be... still kind of got that curve there. There we go. And then we'll upgrade that one, that one, that one. Sure, they can be upgraded. And we definitely should give this guy a chance to come through here. We'll come off here. And we'll use a smaller road for that. And then I think I went a little bit far then. There we go. Perfect. Did we put a line around here yet? We haven't, but we can do that later. And last thing to do is just get some track work done. So I think that should be fine. And then we'll cross out over to here. Quick signal action. So we'll be, I don't know, flying into here. And then coming out of the station. Coming out of the station, we'll be flying through... That probably could be a gantry. Oh, I made that really long, didn't I? That one's... that. Yeah, it's okay. It means that you're going to be waiting over here. I think that's a bit long. So let's bring this back because it's just too close to the bridge. When these guys come in, you can come in a little bit sooner. And then you can cross a little bit sooner. And then that goes there. And am I forgetting anything? Yeah, we just need the goodbye from the station thing. Let's bring this a little bit more closer. And done. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so they can get in and out. And yeah, that cargo station's kind of cute there on the end. I'll actually just leave it there. And then this guy, when someone's flying through, there needs to be a thing there. And then these guys will come up and scooch out. And then this guy shouldn't be there. He should be before the road. And the last thing to do is to make this a little bit more official. Put a gate on it. And before I forget, because otherwise someone in the notes will remind me, this little guy, snap it to the track. And yeah, I'll put it on the outside of the corner. And then that's that. And then we will need signals. That's a separate issue. And then let's just finish off that. When we get to here, same deal. Come out. Come out. Come in. Come in. Signals, signals. As you approach your high speed, as you're leaving your high speed, as you approach your high speed, as you are leaving, you are low speed. You are low speed. So 1, 2, 3. Am I missing one? I am. I'm missing the high speed over there. And that's all those done. And then they come in here. And for now, voila. They come into a single platform. And last but not least, you go there. And you can leave the station. Yes, we need that one, but that one's fine. Cool. Well, should we run a train? The episode's a little bit long. It's all right. We've got to run a train. We've got to run a train. Where is a train? So this is going to be... Yes, the Ivory Coaster. We've been saying this for a bazillion years. Yeah, this is the whole point. So the Ivory Coaster goes from Saturn, interchanges at Ivory. That's how you get to the other lines. See if I can click on something useful. There we go. So yeah, you can come across and then they share a little bit of line and then you can transfer here and then that's how you get down to Maybury, and then over Maybury you then can interchange over to there and then get to the other end line, and that's it. So it's kind of like an H, I guess. So yeah, Cassel, Dotton, Taishan and Pickerton are based on the Great Dotton. The Maybury line gives you interchange over to Dresdoon using Ivory as the interchange, and then Ivory over to Montgarth, and then so this one, manage the line. So Montgarth, Tannery, Ivory, Saturn, Ivory, Tannery, add station there. We're going to come into there. We're going to come into there. And we're going to come into there, there, there. Wow, that's a lot of more steps. And what am I missing? I got something wrong there. And what's Montgarth the first one? It was. So it goes through Montgarth. Let's get rid of some of this rubbish. We don't need to see it. When we come through Montgarth out the other end, we want to be on 2 because that's forward. And then you may also go on 1, which is Just check that. Yeah, 1's over there. I don't. So 3, I think, would be a mistake. Oh yeah, that wouldn't work. But please come in on 2, and then go forward. See how these are all grey, so we know they're not multi-station. And then for some reason on the way back, they can't do that. So when it comes through Hallion, are we missing something? Yeah, so we are coming up the left? Montgarth. Oh, am I the wrong way around? Yeah, this one should be on. Yeah, definitely on 2. So, okay, at the start, we're going forward. Definitely on 1, also on 2. Okay, that's what it was. The 3 there was tagged. We had it coming in here temporarily while it's the end of the line, but that's not designed to go there. It's designed to go that way. Cool. So let me bring that back up again. So I don't know why it's going across to the left. This should be a one-way. Are you going to fix it? No. All right. Something is very, very strange here. See, when it does that, that tells you it's going to do something very, very weird. Like, yeah, it's going to use the U-turn over here. Whenever you see that, you go, no, that's not right. Right. So, to manage the line. So, when we start here, we are on 1. Everything's great. And why can't I see it? Why can't I see that? Do I need to have... it is turned on. Why can't I see the station number? See, it doesn't show me the station number. I don't know why it does that sometimes. I've got a feeling you've got to have... Yeah, I think you've got to have the station icon on. Does it work now? Yeah, that works. Yeah, when you have that turned off, it doesn't work. So on 1, 100% come forward, and then maybe use 2. And you're definitely happy to do that. And then on the way back, Montgarth, please come in on 2. You can see the bold line. And you know what we should do? Let's just get rid of the alternates on this for a sec. Make sure it looks good. And then when you're leaving here, please go to Hallion. Why aren't you willing to do that? Why? You were on 1 way. We'll turn on the signals. This has got to be a signal thing. You should be on the left-hand track. You are... I mean, you are 2-way, but we could force you to be 1-way. No, it's 1-way. It's... Because we need the reversing. Why don't you want to go... It must be a lack of a track that lets us get across. So you can definitely go in here. It might just be... Yeah, Hallion's on the right. It's not on the left. So, yeah, we need a way across. So I was treating it like it could just go to the left, but it can't. So it needs something like this. And if that's the trouble that way, there's also going to be the trouble the other way for cargo. It's going to have the same problem. What are you colliding with? There's a tiny... See that? My fence is too close. Doesn't matter. And let's get that line up again. So yeah, it comes in, scoots across, and then we need the same thing at this side. We need a scooter out here. Let's do it. I'm pretty sure we can do this under the bridge. And then we should have some signals here saying, hey. Oops, that was the wrong way around. If we say this one is 1-way, they'll 100% fix a lot of that. I lost my thing. I keep on clicking off of it. There you go. It comes out, comes across, and everything is hunky-dory. This is also a 1-way signal. Comes in, comes out. Are you marked as a 1-way signal? You're not. You should be. And then you are a 1-way signal. While we're at it, that guy's a 1-way signal. And lucky but not last. You are one way. And there we have it. All right. Who is the closest? So where are you? So you are coming in. And where's the other guy? You're nowhere. You're at the end of the line. So we can have an end of the line trip, but not today. So yeah, let's jump on this guy. Let's press play. And I know this episode's a little bit long now, but we've got to see the train run. We'll run at full speed over to Montgarth, and then we'll see what our handiwork looks like. This guy's full, 106 out of 110. I probably could, straight away right now can duplicate this and make some more. Loving how the signal's turned up around here. Love it, love it, love it. All these waypoint ones up there. Flagging where we're going. Going to go to the right. Then I assume we're going to go to the left. Oh, actually, it's sending us to the far right track? Alright, so... Oh, that's right, because it has to scoot across here. Interesting, okay. And then you can see that yellow signal. Nice. So... we do have some people on the station. Actually, they're waiting on platform 3. That's the station platform for the one that goes off to the left. So I don't think we're going to pick up anybody yet. Maybe because I don't think those towns have any real connections to the houses yet. Yeah. We have 107 people. Interesting that nobody got off. Interesting. I don't know where they're expecting to go. But that's right along. Let's see what this looks like. Go a bit higher, a bit further back. Yeah, it ended up being quite a straight, flat run. Well, I should say, when straight, I mean straight vertically. Not too much rise. So if we put some powerful trains on this, it should get to some decent speed. I don't think the corners were too slow either. This area here, as you can see, all those bridges go to nowhere. Definitely need to give some love around here. I'm looking forward to episode 50. It's going to be the rolling stock episode. We're going to update everything, put it all as, you know, proper, you know, models versus time versus roll, all that stuff. And definitely have a bit of fun beefing up the amount of rolling stock on the map. Right, let's do this double time. Right, so there's some little areas like this where we probably want to terrain flatten it a little bit, but I don't want to lose too much of the character. Obviously we've got to do fences and stone walls and maybe put some more fields in around us. And one of the things I do know I really want to do is I haven't put enough livestock pastures. Everything's like static grass and like grains and stuff. Definitely need to put down some areas of make sheep and cows and stuff. This has got a cool vibe to it. Very alpine. It reminds me of the other side of the map as you come out of Tahitian. Tahitian's the one where the marble farm or marble line goes into. As you come out of there, there's a big area of these cedars. It reminds me of that. Alright, it's the start of our detailing. I'm okay with this being kind of tight, I think. We have some customers. Now, I don't know whether they want to come north or south. We're currently going south right now. Let's get our height down a little bit. Oh, actually, that station's shorter than we are. Okay, we will have to work on that. That bridge is, or that road is a little bit on an angle, but I think it's okay. I think it looks all right. Yeah, I did a little bit of detailing here. You can see how I've put some of the underbrush stuff in. Now, I don't know whether we could bring this down to single track. I'm guessing no, because there will be cargo trains. But there is definitely some areas on the map where I think I want to get rid of the dual track and actually put probably the end of this line, the other end, as it goes through the valley. I don't think it justifies having dual track. I'd rather have the diorama of trains waiting at some points for passing lanes. How's this look? So this is that... Oh, that's that little trestle over... I can't remember why we did that. Was there a... Why was that? Actually, I don't know. I think that was... Oh, there's a road under there? Maybe? I can't remember why we did that. Oh, this is the whole river area. Let me get out of there. Yeah, this is the whole river area. So, yeah, that was... Yeah, this. We need to finish this off. We need to run a stream down here and make it come underneath there. That's a continuation of last time. So, do we get any passengers? Everybody wants to go north. Not surprising. Let's re-adjourn. Got our Gateman's Lodge, cabin, hut. Yeah, we definitely need to give this some love. Yeah, I'm still tempted to put a road over there, but I don't know. Because there's a road above the tunnel, I think it's a little bit too close to justify it. The problem with the roads is they just need to be so much higher than the track, and it doesn't look realistic sometimes. Yeah, so like this area here for the tunnel, we could maybe go, you know what, let's bring it down to one lane and cause some queuing. That might be interesting from just from an estate point of view. How's this guy going? I haven't got the fastest train here. It's only a 55er. Oh, okay, this looks good. I don't mind. This is the area we built up and made the embankments either side. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Kind of gives it some character. Yeah, actually, I like this gully to the right. If we put a whole lot of ferns down there, it will make sense. Bring this wheat farm closer to the rail. Maybe build up some trees here on the right, or maybe opposite, open it up and make it a little bit more pastoral. Put some sheep and stuff onto it. I think where some of these embankments are on the right hand side might be a good little logging camp. I don't know if I've got really any assets for logging, but I think that might look good. Alright, nobody here. This is going to be a stop and go, isn't it? He's going to... Yep. Did anybody get off? No. Oh, we're not even connected to the town yet. Yeah, that needs to be connected. Did I get that track work right? Was that actually on the line? Did I make that track... Oh, it was a spare. Yeah, okay. It was a spare. Oh, that's huge. Look at that. I think I might keep that. It's different, but I think I might keep that. I think that's okay. Let's get a side view. And we're going to get to the end of the line with Swinton. Well, that was a journey, a 48 episode journey, I think. And we finally got to the end of the line. Still a little bit more work to do. We've got, you know, cargo and stuff like that to do. But we made it. So from here, we need to definitely do some detailing and stuff and do some production stuff. But yeah, that'll be fun. The other thing that we need to do, I'll scroll out as this guy goes heading off, is we need to connect all these small towns. So we've done some of these, but there is, like over here, so there's Puttery and Meriton and all them. And I think there's some more, yeah, over here. So Markston and stuff. We need to make some branch lines. And actually, it's even tempting to make a little spur line that maybe this best worst place, because it does have this angle to it. We could have a line that comes this way. And is this the main road? Yeah, it's down here. And be like a little shuttle service between there and there. That might be fun. We do have also this end of line. Actually, here, train's over here. Our end of line is over here. And that needs to be continued on and connected to all this production stuff around here. And definitely we need to have a spur line to pick up, I think there's something else. Yeah, this thing, we need to pick up with this packaging factory thing. Lots more to do, even though we have actually kind of finished the main network. Well, we'll actually end with this guy. I'm going to tell him to start moving. And we'll call it the end of the episode. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And we will see you next time. Actually, how fast is it going? Let's go normal speed here. We'll see you next time as, yeah, we have fun getting the cargo side of that thing going, at least. And then in 50 we'll do some whole rolling stock and best practices stuff. And then on to beyond, I guess. Once again, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time in Great Western Railway. Bye everybody.